11, Lesson 3, Problem Solving and Investigation. We're going to use some logical thinking today. We're going to create a table, and we're also going to use our conversions from feet to inches and inches to feet. We're using, you know that we talked about this in other lessons. When you're thinking about a ruler, this is 1 foot, and it's also 12 inches, okay? So 12 inches is equal to 1 foot. 1 foot is equal to 12 inches. Let's get started. Let's talk about example number 1. We're going to learn the strategy. 3 friends each measured their height. Their heights are 4 feet 10 inches, 4 feet 9 inches, and 4 feet 7 inches. Use the clues to determine the height in inches of each person. So right now we know that we're going to convert feet to inches. And the other clues they give us are Elliot is taller than George, Nicole is 3 inches taller than the shortest person, Elliot is 57 inches tall. Number 1, first thing we do is we need to understand the problem. What facts do we know? Well, I know the heights of all 3 children. 4 feet 10 inches, 4 feet 9 inches, and 4 feet 7 inches. The other clues I know is I know that Nicole is definitely not the shortest person because she's 3 inches taller than the shortest person. And I also know that Elliot is taller than George. So if Nicole's not the shortest and Elliot's not the shortest, then right away I'm thinking, that George is probably going to be the shortest. Elliot is 57 inches tall, so let's figure this out. I'm going to open up my document camera. And what I have written down, something that you should do when you start to problem solve. What are the clues that we have listed? We have one child is 4 feet 10 inches, and I write 4 feet with 1 apostrophe here, and the inches are 2. Okay, so that looks like quotation marks. The next child is 4 feet 9 inches tall, and the third child is 4 feet 7 inches tall. What we also know is that Elliot is taller than George, Nicole is 3 inches taller than the shortest person, and Elliot is 57 inches tall. What do we need to find? We need to find the height. We are looking for height of each student or each child. Okay, so number 2, we're going to plan. We're going to use here it says, use logical reasoning to find the height of each person. Well, I know that I'm going to have to convert my feet to inches. I know there are 12 inches in a foot, so I will multiply 12 times 4 since all 3 friends are 4 feet tall. And I can do that by multiplying 12 times 4. 4 times 2 is 8, 4 times 1 is 4, so I know that 4 feet is equal to 48 inches, okay? And each child is 4 feet tall plus the extra inches. So I know that now I will add the inches to find the height of each of the friends. Okay. So I'm going to move on to part 3. Right over here, solve. We're going to convert the measurements to inches and compare. So 4 feet 10 inches. Let me get this straight here. There we go. I know 4 times 12. I know this is 48. 4 times 12 is 48. 4 times 12 is 48. I don't have to do that each time. I already know that 4 times 12 is 48. So here I'm going to add 48 plus 10 is 58 inches. 48 plus 9 is 57 inches. And 48 plus 7 is 55 inches. Now what I know from the facts on my math page is that we just automatically knew that George was going to be the smallest child or the smallest friend. And so George is 55 inches. And I know that Elliot is taller than George, and Nicole is 3 inches taller than the smallest person. So 55 plus 3, 55, 56, 57, 58. So I have 57 inches and 58. So I know that Nicole is 58 inches tall. She's the tallest. And Elliot, we know, is taller than George, standing at 57 inches tall. All right, so let's go back and look at our problem here. Check for reasonableness. Let me go ahead and turn our answers on. Come on. There we go. So to find the, what do we need to find? We're finding the height of each friend. We did the math, and we know that Nicole is 58 inches tall, Elliot is 57 inches tall, George is 55 inches tall. Yes, my answer is reasonable because I know that Nicole is 3 inches taller than the shortest person, and I know 58 is 3 more than 55. I also know that Elliot is taller than George, so that makes George the shortest friend. So our answer is correct. Let's go ahead and erase the answers. And we will move on to the next page. We're going to do another problem, another word problem using the same strategy. We're going to understand what the problem is telling us. We're going to plan, then we're going to solve, and then we will check our answer to see if it's correct. So the problem says, 3 dogs are sitting in a line. Rocky is not last, Coco is in front of the tallest dog, and Marley is sitting directly behind Rocky. List the dogs in order from first to last. So let me go ahead and start to write down my information. So I know, number 1, what do we know? I know that Rocky is not last. I know that Coco is in front of the tallest dog and Marley is behind Rocky. That's number 1. What do I need to find? Well, we need to find the order from first to last. So the second step is plan. I can use logical thinking to solve. So I will make a table. So here's my table. I'm going to list the dogs' names. We're going to figure out who's first, second, and last. So I know that I have one dog named Rocky. I have a dog named Coco, and I have a dog named Marley. I know that Rocky is not last, so I'm going to put an X right here. The other piece of information is Coco is in front of the tallest dog. We don't know who the tallest dog is just yet. Marley is sitting behind Rocky. So I know that I can place an X in each box that cannot be true. And I know Rocky, like I said, can't be last. But Coco can't be last since he is in front of the other dog. So we know that Coco is not last. Well, that leaves only one dog that could be last, which is Marley. So yes, Marley is last. So since Marley is last, he is not second and he is not first. Now we need to figure out where Rocky and Coco are. I know that Coco is in front of the tallest dog and Marley is behind Rocky. So if Marley is behind Rocky, Rocky can't be first. So that means that Rocky is second. And he's not first, so that means that Coco is first. So in order from first to last, we have Coco, then Rocky, and last we have Marley. All right. Since all of the answers match the clues, if I look at all my answers here and I match them up to my clues, then I know that the solution is reasonable. So that's it for that section. And let me check our answers. Give it a minute. Ah, there we go. So did we do it right? Rocky's not last. Coco's in front of the tallest dog. Marley's behind Rocky, yes. And we're looking for the order from first to last. We're using logical thinking, and we made a table to organize information. We placed an X in each box that meant no, and we knew that Rocky couldn't be last. Coco couldn't be last since he was in front of another dog, and Marley is behind Rocky, so Rocky became first. So our answer is reasonable. Now it's your turn. You are going to work on the next few pages, and you're going to do the same thing. You're going to understand what the problem is telling you. Then number 2, you're going to plan, then you're going to solve, and then you're going to check for your answers. Read the questions carefully and make tables if you need to. Okay? Hope all goes well. If you have any questions, go ahead and write them on the stream, or you can message me through Classroom Google.